It's What's Up with Shamai Cook. I'm Shamai Cook. I'm my guest co-host Stephanie. Jean Francois in the building. How you doing, Stephanie?
I'm doing wonderful.
All right, it's time to get into the hot report. Here we go. I get paid to talk about you, not talk to you.
Fan me off, I'm hot, hot, hot like stolen Chanel. Lock me up in jail.
From pop culture to news at NCCU, this is the Hot Report.
If I want to talk about you, if I feel like you're not doing your job, I'm going to talk about it, whether you like it or not.
On What's Hot.
Go ahead.
Hi. So over the weekend, the 2-part Wendy Williams Lifetime documentary was premiered, and it is called Where is Wendy Williams? So how do you feel about that, Shamai?
Well, first of all, continue to read the story. I'm going to tell you my opinion after the audio.
So in the documentary, the film crew captures the next stages of Wendy Williams' career and her plans to do a podcast. But Wendy Williams' health, like we all know, hasn't been so well, and it has took a lead role, which made her plans shift. According to the People's Magazine, productions was forced to stop and pivot because she entered a treatment facility where her parents and her family had lost contact with her. So, if you guys don't know, Wendy Williams was diagnosed with, now say it for me because I don't know how to say that.
Well, okay. So here's audio first we're going to play. Here's audio from Wendy's son, Kevin, speaking on his mother's well-being.
Has done a great job making it seem like everything is okay always, but in reality, there's something wrong going on. My mom, she always talks about how she wants to work, but I feel as though she's worked enough. I feel like the Guardian has not done a good job at protecting my mom.
Oh, like I was saying, Wendy was diagnosed with aphasia and dementia.
Yes. I want to send healing energy to Wendy Williams and her family. If you saw my Instagram earlier this weekend, I said this. Wendy Williams is one of the reasons why I am doing what I'm doing, as a career. She sparked very big inspirations for me to see. I didn't grow up with the Wendy on radio, as a lot of people know her originally from. I grew and knew Wendy on television, in that purple chair, since I was, I think, 8 years old. 8 years old, yeah, that's when she came out. Was 8 or not? I was young, right? I was raised. Wendy was my Oprah. So seeing another black woman on television for that, certain long time gave me inspiration, because she didn't care what nobody thought. She didn't care, what people thought about her opinion and her approach. She did it successfully. She ruled daytime TV when it came to ratings, and she told it like it is. And like in the theme song, she said it like she meant it. And to see how at the height of her career, everything just came crumbling down, in the span of, I think, 2 years. It's all a result of her husband cheating on her. Then she got a divorce from her husband, and after that she got her mom passed away, and then she loses her talk show, and that takes a toll on you in such a small time frame. But after watching this documentary, Wendy didn't look like herself. Wendy was very rude to people. She told her assistant, or whatever, I don't like that assistant that she has, that she needs to get liposuction or something. That was her publicist. And she couldn't remember everything, but that comes with the dementia of it all. But Wendy didn't even know that her show was canceled until her niece Alex told her. That's what really, I think really broke her, when the boss of the production company, Denmark Mercury, did not even tell her that her show was canceled. She had to find out through the tabloids, and then through the tabloids through her niece. That's a toll. When I still don't like the assistant. I didn't like how everything was panning out to be here. I really don't like that manager she had, Will Shelby. I did not like him. And then now she's not even under her guardianship with her family. But like I said, sending healing energy to Wendy. and she will always still be remembered as the queen of all media. What's your take on this, Stephanie?
Okay, so yes, indeed, sending healing energy, because it is quite a sad story. But you might hate me on this. I'm not a big fan of Wendy Williams. I just feel like, when you put out so much negative energy into the world has a way of making it bite you back. And I feel like, she had such a big platform where she could have been, radiating positive energy and helping out the black community. But she took the other way and, said some really bad stuff about a lot of people, you feel me? So karma is very real. It doesn't take away from the fact that she did, have such a lasting impact on daytime television. She was a great, media person, and her show was very, very great. It was very entertaining. It was very funny, but it's just that, she could have took a turn into more of a positive light, which would, I feel like, more people would be able to feel for her now that she's going through what she's going through. Because I look on social media and I see, like, when people are talking about the Wendy Williams stuff, they just typically aren't on her side, which is very sad, because at the end of the day, we really don't know her like, we don't know her like her family knows her, or like her manager or her publicist and stuff. So we can't really speak on it 100%. We're only outside looking in. But outside looking in, she didn't make herself look too good on television. And when you look back and you're looking at all the negative stuff she said about people, it's you can't blame people for giving the same energy back.
When it comes to legacy, I see what you're talking about, but at the end of the day, I get what you're saying, and I have seen people commenting saying it's karma and stuff. But I want to quote what Wendy's sister Wanda said on the documentary. She is a person. She is still a person. That is somebody's mother. That is somebody's sister. That's somebody's aunt. That's somebody's grandmother. I mean, not grandmother. That's somebody's godmother. That is somebody's family member. And at the same time, like she said, and Wendy said this in the documentary, if it could happen to you, if it can happen to her, it could happen to you.
It definitely can.
So I feel like this is a learning lesson. At the same time, I think this documentary didn't need to come out. It was really hard to watch as a Wendy fan. But I think it's a learning lesson for, what goes around comes around.
It definitely is. But what they said is very true. If it can happen to her, it can happen to you. That's why I'm big on, treat others the way you want to get treated. Yeah,
absolutely.
But I'm not surprised with the stuff unraveling, because a lot of time when people sit and they talk about people, or they sit and they, gossip or spread rumors, it's because they are struggling with stuff going on in their life. Like, for a long time, a lot of people didn't know that Wendy was as sick as she was. Like, and that goes to show, like, she was probably dealing with a lot of stuff behind the scene that she just didn't feel comfortable talking about just yet. I wish that she had went about it differently and just told us, because we would have been able to, like, support her. She would have had a great support system from her fans if they had known way early on. Now, I don't know about the whole situation and when she found out she was sick, but if there was a way to prevent this outcome, it could have been put in motion early.
Excuse me. Definitely, like I said, healing energy to Wendy. And I know this is really tough to Wendy, and the thing is, she's under a guardianship, because through New York they call it a guardianship. So her family doesn't even know where she is, and only she can call her family. They can't call her. But according to her niece and her sister, Wendy sounds fine. She sounds healthy. And like I said, I'm sending healing energy. I know Wendy wants to come back on television, but I just care about her health. I don't really care if she comes back to television or anything. But what else is in the hot report?
So, Tyler Perry recently explains why developing Sister Act 3 has left him a little annoyed, quote unquote. Tyler Perry doesn't have high hopes that Whoopi Goldberg's sisters Act 3. The original musical comedy was released in 1992, and it quickly earned a sequel in 1993, Sisters Act 2, Back in the Habit. Both followed Whoopi Goldberg's
Doris Van Carter's
as she forced to pretend to be a nun by the Witness Protection Program. The original earned a massive $230 million on a budget of approximately $30 million, though the sequel was less impressive, earning $125 million on a $38 million budget. Unfortunately, Sisters Act 3 development has been comparatively slow. Tyler Perry, who is attached to the production and product, admit in the interview with ET that the script is still being worked on, and also expressed his frustration about the long production, but that he and Whoopi are determined to see perfection.
I'm excited for this movie to come out. I know that's the business of how, like, you know, the script is being written, how it was written, who was written by. But at the end of the day, I think this is a good franchise for culture, especially this Whoopi Goldberg is a legendary actress, and this is one of her milestones in her career. So, I'm excited for this film.
I'm gonna let you down again.
You probably don't even care about for this film either.
No.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I don't care. I haven't seen them.
They're on Disney Plus. You got Disney Plus?
Yes, I do.
Yes,
but I have not seen almost any Tyler Perry movie, honestly.
So you never heard of Medea? You never watched?
I have, but I have not watched.
How are
most
you black?
of them.
How are you black?
Well, see, I don't like when people say that.
That is blasphemous.
No.
That is blasphemous.
No, it's not. I'm black. I'm not Black American. So I was raised watching that.
Okay.
So, yeah,
that's
I don't
fair.
really know too many Tyler Perry movies, but, you know, if y'all want to put me on, send some recommendations to my Instagram, please.
And we got one more story before we get out of here.
Okay. So Armani reveals that her parents began cancer treatment as she was starting her solo music career. The singer recently announced her long-awaited debut album 6 years after Fifth Harmony began their infinite hiatus. After Armani announced her long-awaited album, Dopamine, last week, the singer is being open about the tremendous journey that led to this moment. In a new interview with Who, What, Where, the 27-year-old songwriter and songstress reflects on how a double cancer diagnosis led her to putting her career on the back burner.
Yeah, definitely. I'm sending hella energy to major props for her to putting family first. Yes. Definitely, you know, putting family first is definitely important, especially when you are, you know, successful. Family comes first, no matter what job you got. I'm a big family person. Family comes first, and I gave her props for doing that, because she could have had somebody, you know, send a nurse over there to make sure she was fine, but, you know, that shows that she didn't let the fame get to her head.
Definitely. And cancer can be rough on all counterparts.
Yeah, absolutely. And her mom's going through it twice, so that's how you know that's family is strong, and definitely hoping nothing but the best for, you know, our Normani, and ready for new music. We love new music from everybody. And that was the Hot Report. Thank you so much, Stephanie. Up next, at the top of the hour, we got you covered with the hot mix of the day. And then later in the 3 o'clock hour, we have NCCU Board of Trustees member Mr. James Mitchell here on What's Hot. It's What's Hot with Shamai Cook. Do not go anywhere.
You're listening to What's Hot on NCCU AudioNet.